I would love to hear his Run the Table Part 2.
Yeah, here, let's take a quick listen into our good friend, a friend of the show, Aaron Rodgers, once I find it. But just to give you some context...
The Packers are bad.
Mike
McCarthy needs to leave. Okay.
Well, no, let's start there. Let's start there. Let's listen to what Mike McCarthy said.
Clearly understand where we are in the season. Clearly understand the importance of this game and being November and so forth. And moving forward, we're focused clearly on the next 5. I mean, it's exactly the facts. We know we have to win all 5, but at the end of the day, you have to win one at a time.
All right. Well, I mean, here's the thing we need to remind ourselves of. Or not even remind ourselves. We need to ask ourselves, does this man have a job after this season?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Because he has one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of this game.
And missed the playoffs.
Missed a discount double
2
check.
years in a row.
It can't happen. This can't happen.
Can't. No,
if I'm Rodgers, I'm pissed off.
And it appears we don't have that Rodgers sound, but Dan, can you inform us what happened?
So he basically went down his schedule and said, well, we got to go down to Cincinnati and beat them.
That's a win.
We got to go to Chicago, beat them.
That's a loss.
Wait, so you got to go to Tennessee and beat them?
Actually, that might be a loss.
Well,
I don't know.
They beat the Patriots.
I mean, I did see something on Instagram where his chances to win the.
That's exactly what it was. That was going to play
the next games. Yeah, because I don't know, because he's basically doing the Run Table Part 2. Remember that a long time ago when he said he was going to run the table?
Yeah, he did it the whole thing. He goes R-E.
All right, I have it right here.
Go ahead.
All right, so according to FBI chances to win the next game, the Cardinals is 92%, the Falcons are 66%, the Bears are 39%, the New York Jets are 70%, and then the Detroit Lions are 79% chance to win.
Yeah,
that's the rest of their games for the rest of the season. That's after 4-6-1 start.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the same game, at least in the same vein of the same game. That's a lot of words. This was the post-game speech, by the way, Mr. Zimmer for the Vikings.
Ran the ball efficiently. We stopped the run. Right. They were 2 out of 10 on third downs. Offense did a hell of a job tonight. We emptied the bucket today, didn't we? Hell yeah.
Hold on, I have a question. How does that wispy-voiced old man get that reaction out of his guy?
I don't know.
You hear the way he's... Well, we did our jobs on fourth down, and we... Listen, no disrespect to Zimmer, okay? Coach
Total
Zimmer's
disrespect.
He just sounds like the wispiest voiced old man I've ever heard in my life. I can't get amped listening to the man.
If anything, it puts me to sleep.
Yeah, it puts me to sleep, too. That's about all we got, right?
Pretty short.
Yeah, that's all we have today.
That's all we got for now. The reason we haven't gotten into the Jets or the Giants or the Panthers, all of them losers.
Wow. I agree with you, but wow, you don't have to do that in my face. But I agree with you.
We're going to continue.
I'm very disgusted, but
you should be disgusted. It was a disgusting week. You should be disappointed in them.
They should have won, too.
They should have won. They didn't, and we're going to get into why right after this. You're listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
This is the Nassau Morning Madhouse.
To me, that's so cool because when you see pigeons in New York, they're kind of like the people. Like, they look like they're on a mission. They're in a rush.
They're in a hat and suit, carrying a briefcase, gotta go to work.
This was brought to you by the Turnt Association, providing you proper ways on how to get turnt and unturned.
See, I love this. You want to know what's funny about that? Is it's only making you guys laugh, not everybody else. So obviously you're doing something wrong.
What are you talking about?
The voice of Nassau Community College.
90.3 WHPC.
You gotta keep them separated.
You gotta keep them separated down. All right, that's it. WHPC Sports Talk, back here. I'm your host, Nick Ohrnberger, here alongside Eric Fischetti, Dan Morales, and we're going to get into the other football games we missed during the NFL weekend recap. We're going to start with the Panthers. Dan, go right ahead.
All right, so I'm, as a Panther fan, and all of my Panthers fans, we all should feel the same way. We should be very disgusted in what you've seen in these past 3 weeks. defense, I'm not going to lie, the offense wasn't the worst it could possibly be. Cam Newton, 25 for 30, not bad. 256 yards, 2 touchdowns, but that interception, yes, and turnovers are a big factor in the game, in my personal opinion. Christian McCaffrey had 17 carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown rushing. He also had 11 receptions, 112 yards, and another touchdown. That is a phenomenal game by Chris McCaffrey. I am not upset by him at all. DJ Moore had 8 catches, 91 yards. That's not bad either. But one thing that's disappointing me the most this whole past 3 weeks is the defense. We are not tackling. We are not doing things correctly. They're not getting to the fundamentals. They could not tackle. They're diving with their head down. Where's Luke Kuechly? Luke Kuechly is our all-pro linebacker. Where is he? Where's Thomas Davis? Where's Shaq Thompson, our first-round pick from 2 years ago? He's not. I love all of them, but Devontae Jackson had a great first 8 weeks. He hasn't been in the last 3. I'm not going to lie to you. I am very angry about my Panthers team right now, and I mean, everyone else should be too.
Wow. That's as bad as animated as I've ever seen you. And you have every right to be... Listen, this is a Seahawks team that is essentially dismantled.
Yes.
The Legion of Boom is gone. They've been gone for a while. Obviously, the hero of the game, Christian McCaffrey, with 239 all-purpose.
Yeah, it was a great game. It was a great game for offense. Wasn't really the problem. Like, it was the defense.
It wasn't.
The defense was... Oh, my God.
In fairness, I completely understand why you are upset, but you also have to remember who's quarterback in the Seahawks. You can never really count it out.
You can't.
I'm not.
And you called this, by the way. Was this one of the ones that we went off the rails? You chose Seahawks.
I'm not discrediting Russell Wilson. I love Russell Wilson. He's a great quarterback. He's always unpredictable. He's like a really good average quarterback, and then he can have those great games.
His bad games,
because like the Seahawks, they're going up and down. Like he always can play a good game, but he has those spectacular games where like, oh my God, Russell Wilson.
Okay, I see what you're trying to say. I never put Russell Wilson in average.
I didn't mean average. I meant like,
I know what you meant.
He's like his good games, but then he has games where he can show up like he's like playing like Tom Brady.
You know what he is? He's one of the most consistent quarterbacks in the league. You never really go into a week saying to yourself, man, Russell Wilson really laid an egg this week. I don't remember the last time we said that about him.
He also plays...
He's been under the radar, I'm not going to lie.
Yes, he is. But the Seahawks, even Russell Wilson in particular, he plays up to his opponent or down to his opponent.
Yes.
Those are his bad games.
That is true.
Those are the games that you're talking about.
Yes.
And in this case, Panthers are a very good team.
Yes.
They were added tooth and nail, probably until the very end.
Yeah,
that was Russell Wilson's better game.
Yeah, he had 22 for 31 with 339 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like that's a great game that's a good game for him right there.
And you got to keep in mind the NFC West is not a good division anymore.
No.
Before the season, I picked the Niners and the Rams to be in a top-heavy battle and the Seahawks to be at the bottom. Garoppolo got hurt, and now it's just the Rams and no one else, but the Seahawks are making a push.
And isn't it amazing how we all forget about Jimmy Garoppolo, how different this division could have been if he was still playing?
Yeah. Oh, my God,
I mean,
Jimmy G.
Jeez.
Jimmy G was the truth when he was playing. When he was playing, yeah.
To
He
that,
still is. He
to
still
Jimmy
is
G's not being in the conversation right now, and to your Panthers, we all give you a very, very solemn. I'm so sorry for those Panthers.
It's depressing.
Let's move on to the Jets before we jump into Giants. I know if we jump into Giants, we're gonna. And if he calls in, I know Dave from Franklin Square is gonna want to sound off on this.
And something that I noticed, you always let me go off the rails with him.
Yeah, I love it. I honestly love the discourse between you two. It's great.
I can say a few things about the Jets.
Let's jump into the Jets.
I got a few things about the Jets.
First of all, I'm with you, Eric. Why are they still starting? Why on earth are they still starting Mr.
Coach McCown?
Coach McCown.
I got you.
Go ahead.
So they said that he was like questionable to play, Sam Darnold to play. They were going into this week thinking that the Patriots were going to pound on the Jets, and they didn't want to get him hurt. That's what I think. And then so they sat him for this week, let Josh McCown play, which actually was an exciting game for the first half. It was 10-10 at halftime.
It wasn't as close as what it seemed.
Did anybody watching that game think for 1 second that the Jets had control over what was going on?
Absolutely not. But at some
the first half was exciting. I'm not gonna lie. When Jermaine Kearse caught that touchdown, and then I'm like, okay, wait, the Jets are actually like still in this somewhat. And then I went outside, came back in, and they're losing. And I was like, all right, that's the typical Jets.
That's just
Tom Brady baited you for a little bit, and then second half he came in and said, oh, I'm winning this.
And Nick, this is what I was afraid of. I was afraid of them keep going back to Josh McCown, because if he plays well, which he did not against the Bills, he played better against the Patriots because he normally plays up to the opponent too. But you got to remember, he's 39 years old. He is not the future of this team. Yeah. Like I said, he can make a great coach one day. He really can. I can see it happening. But the problem here is the Jets, and Nick, I know you said it, like they can't be the first team to mail it in, but what do you have to lose? Seriously, what do you have to lose?
The Jets don't have anything to lose. Todd Bowles has something to lose, and that's why you're seeing McCown playing. That's what's going on here. He has it in his head still that if he wins enough games, he'll have his job still. He's playing for his job. That's why McCown's playing. You're right. I'm giving you full props for that. I think I was wrong. I've been saying for a while, Eric Fischetti, thank you so much for pointing it out. They should be playing Davis Webb. Why are they not playing him? I was on the McCown train too, but they're not doing it for the right reasons. Because if Sam Darnold's going to be hurt for an extended more period of time,
see what you have in the kid.
See what Davis Webb is.
And this isn't me as a Giants fan saying, see what you have in Davis Webb. This is me as a football fan saying, see what you have in Davis Webb. Because McCown is not going to be there next year. Darnold's the guy. Darnold is their guy. The next coach that comes in, Darnold is going to be their guy. He is going to be there for a long time.
A long time. Long time.
But the thing here that really bothers me is I feel bad that I'm right, honestly, because this is what I'm afraid of. This is exactly what I was afraid of. I was totally afraid that if McCown lit it up against the Bills, it would be more of an excuse to not rush Darnold back. And I said that this was Todd Bowles trying to fight for his job, if not for his job, to show that he can pull something out of his players. That is totally what I was afraid of, and it's happening.
It's happening.
And I feel bad for Jets fans. I really do.
I feel bad for my family that are Jets fans, and it's bad.
And by the way, did you hear what Jamal Adams had to say?
Oh God, what
you little grump.
Listen, and you know what? No offense to Jamal Adams, I understand what he's trying to say, but it always comes out wrong.
You little grump.
So this is him, and by the way, I attached to this. This was Beningo, Joe Beningo's.
Was this today?
This is his reaction to it.
But like man, obviously, they're hurt, and we get a lot of negative comments, and we understand it. I get it. I get the frustration, but at the end of the day, we're hurting twice as much as you. So just stick in there with us, man. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, well, I've been sticking in there for 5+ decades. You know what? And all I got is hemorrhoids and aggravation. I got one crummy day in the sun 50 years ago. Okay? This guy's never seen it. Ernie's never seen it. Just about everybody that's Jet fans anymore have never seen it. So I don't want to hear from Jamal Adams, it hurts us twice as much. That is you-know-what.
Oh, my God.
He's right.
He's right, but at the same time, I understand what Adams is trying to say. He wants the fans to know, we care. It's not like we don't care.
Look, Jamal Adams...
But he just doesn't know how to say it.
Jamal Adams is Jamal Adams is captain material to me. I think he is an emotional leader. I think he wears his emotions on his sleeve.
He does.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
However, when your team is bad, and anything that you say, and he's playing in the wrong spot, and it's not me saying that Jamal Adams shouldn't be a New York Jet. This is me saying that I feel bad for where he's playing, because everything that is going to say, not just him, whether you're a Giant or Jet, whoever, it doesn't matter. If your team is doing bad and you say something, whatever you say is going to be scrutinized.
Absolutely. And he hasn't learned that yet? But having said that, Jamal Adams will learn this, and I like the fact that he's so sound-offish, because you don't get guys a lot like that.
I think Jamal Adams is a true leader.
Exactly. He's a leader. He's one of the vocal leaders. He's a rah-rah guy, and that's fine.
And he's a young guy, too.
Yeah, and he'll get there. You know what? He handles it better than most. I'll say this, that's nowhere near as egregious, and nowhere even close to egregious as what Odell Beckham Jr., the freaking idiot he is, had to say about the game plan on Sunday.
That's more of a question for Coach. Coming in, knowing that they struggled in the secondary. Personally, I would have loved to attack them, but it wasn't in our game plan. So.
Before we get into that hilariously stupid thing to say, we have some breaking news. Dan, what do you got?
Andy Dalton has been placed on IR.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Who's the backup?
No, is it
I honestly don't know.
Was it what guy from? Did he play for Alabama a while back?
AJ McCarron.
No,
I don't think he's there anymore.
He's not there. He was in Buffalo. I think he got traded to Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Man, this is crazy.
That's worse than Cincinnati. Jeez.
I mean, and on top of that, who knows when they're getting Green back?
Look at the comments. Hugh Jackson ending seasons left and right. That's funny.
Which I mean,
really?
the only
sign Nathan Peterman.